start buying property so welfare can't replace you. I don't know what to tell you.
You gotta get a home. You gotta get a house. But yeah, I was gonna say that the the issue sounds like when the men leave the home, we need to find a way to put y'all out the community as well. See, y'all can leave the home and y'all can abandon the kids. What we need to do is kick y'all all the way out the community. So y'all not there recruiting these young boys. Somebody's finding a way to keep y'all hanging outside, around schools, on corners, whatever. So if you leave your family, we need to find a way for you to leave all the way. Because the
Not
women aren't recruiting the men and they're giving them a bag and telling them what to do to land them in prison.
Yeah, I agree with that because it's interesting because they'll use it as their talking point. Like, oh, if a father in the home, then the kids gonna be all fucked up. But you don't talk about y'all niggas outside snatch your kids up, lying to them young boys so they can sell shit for you. So you right, them motherfuckers don't need to be in the community.
That could save the community. Not the marriage part, but getting out the detractors, getting out the people who are
Yeah,
here ruining the community.
yeah, get rid of that bad batch of men. You right. Hold
Hey,
on,
Sage.
what Sage got up here? What's this Sage? You might have to resize it.
Let me get my damn glasses. Y'all gonna listen here. On the weekends, I be trying to take a break from these glasses. My nerves. Let me see.
Cause I can't hear you. Or maybe she gonna go fix it. All right. We'll wait for you.
Yeah, she's muted up. She was in the chat talking about the statistics of people who are incarcerated and if they come from single parent homes or two parent homes. So I believe she's working on that. Oh, we got smaller. Oh, there we go.
That's
Hey,
good.
Sage.
What's up, Sage? Now you talking?
You on mute?
All right.
Okay, I had to unmute myself, but I was pretty much showing the statistics of marriage because nobody is getting married anymore, no matter the race. So 2020 pretty much is the lowest record. But also, what people forget is that if we're going back to like the golden years, I guess, of two parent households, let's say 1965, what people are forgetting that marriage, the legal marriage age was 14. So mainly anyone over the age of 14 was married. YT people was literally marrying children. And I don't know why black people think that marriage is going to save the community when it didn't save white people. um, because it's based on resources. It's not necessarily based on marriage. But comparing us to people who were participating in PDF file behavior is kind of wild. So that's why it's kind of important to do a little bit of research. But again, since black people were the least married, we wasn't marrying children either. And then, we have other issues that stems from like racism and also like slavery, honestly. We were the least married and we're still going to be the least married, and everyone else marriage rates are going down as well, so ours is not going to go up. But again, yeah, I'm just agreeing that marriage is not going to save the community. That's all.
I love that marriage is going down. I think this whole nuclear family thing is a setup for women. And is the priority is like to have two people in the household instead of healthy individuals. And to put the burden on a woman where like you need support in community is fucked up. And the nuclear family is only benefiting men because it's interesting when we had these conversations, it's two different responses you get. Women are saying, no, I don't want to do that shit. And men are saying, no, we need to get married. But then when you say that men want to be married, they be like, no, we don't want to be married. And it's conflicting. Y'all don't know what the fuck y'all want.
Yeah, we got pastors on the internet telling us that we just ain't got good coochie. That's why we ain't got no
Oh, the
husband.
Christian coochie, I saw that was crazy.
Yeah. So it is men who are pushing marriage. It's not women because men benefit from marriage. And women, we're noticing that we don't benefit from it. And that if we can make our own money and if we can, provide our own stability, we really don't have to deal with it. Like we can even have children on our own and not need men. And also, statistically, single mothers' children are doing better than almost two parent household children now because we have the resources. Anybody that's in a area where they lack resources, whether you're married or not, you're going to fall into it, or you can. Husbands were falling into it because they were getting recruited, and then they put their sons into it, then they put their neighbors in it, then they put their nephews in it. So the men are the problem. It's not the marriage, it's the men folk.
Yeah, but you can't tell them that because they think they the solution to everything. Men got this superhero trope. They think that if I'm there, the kids gonna be okay. Everybody gonna be successful. Like that, they're delusional. A lot of these men are delusional. And I love that women are saying like they don't give a fuck what the men are saying, and like the rates are going down. I think that if it's going to be a conversation around children, I agree with Dark Horse. They shouldn't be in the community. Women should raise children together. Women should be unpacking and raising children together. You're gonna get a lot of more help from other women who can have empathy enough to understand what it's like to raise children than any man. These motherfuckers still getting pat on their backs and accolades for throwing a ball in the yard, for doing bare minimum shit because like it's not expected of them, and nor do they think it's their job.
And I talk about how me and my cousin raised our children together. Um, and it ran smooth. Like if she wasn't home, I was home. We picking up the kids from school. We helping with homework. We're cooking. We're cleaning the house. It was like a joint effort versus him helping out. Like I was listening to the conversation that you were having yesterday about Ashanti and Nelly, where the man quote unquote helps out is a bonus, but she's essentially supposed to be doing all the work. When women are together, we don't operate like that. We're literally taking on like all the responsibilities in the house, and whomever is there to do it, we just do it. Like one of us is getting the kids on the bus. One of us is like home with the babies if you have like smaller children who can't go, versus like one single mom or one not single mama versus one mom and a husband where the husband's going to work and she has to get a toddler ready just to take her 6-year old to kindergarten. And like that's stressful.
There's a lot of work put on one person. And like it's interesting to see that men enjoy it so much that he'll see you struggling, he won't help you, and it's like for black women specifically, being the least married group, for men to like want to shame women for the fact that men don't want to commit to them and haven't wanted to commit to them in the so-called families that they prioritize is crazy. Because if women have been marriage minded, how are you going to say the fact that we're not married is women's fault? No, the men have never been marriage minded. It's simple as that. The men have not been marriage minded.
And also, black women, we're like the third least married in America. Um, I think it's Pacific Islanders and Indigenous women are above us when it comes to marriage. But also, if you look at those cultures, they actually have high DV rates and high femicide rates, just like black women. So why the hell would we want to marry y'all? We're not getting anything out of it. Shoot, we barely getting out alive.
That's true. I didn't know that about the Pacific or the other two groups you listed though. It's interesting. I mean, I can see that. And we often don't talk about indigenous people. And there's a lot of reasons for that. But it's like,
But
um,
they're very matriarchal too, though. So they have, and they also have a, what do you call it when there's more than one generation in the household? Multi-generational households too. So they've learned to build a community among women.
yeah, the thing about multi generational households, Another factor is like the when it comes to like the DV rate, right? Because and we talked about this. If you have a man and a woman at home, and that man is stronger than that woman, and he's least likely to have emotional regulation and entitlement, amongst a lot of other things, and he felt threatened by her and her accomplishments, like that's a risky situation. But if you have multi generations in the home, other people in the home, it does hold him more accountable. There's nobody to hold that man accountable if he's throwing a fucking tantrum. It's a
Yeah,
dangerous situation for women to be in.
the nuclear family. Yeah, that's why they want you so low. Trust me, the nuclear family is about isolation.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's like when we were talking about the Nelly conversation and trying to move Ashanti somewhere else away from her support system. That guy who was working at Walmart, who his wife had all them damn kids, and he wanted to move on the other side of the country. Like that's what they do. It's like it makes them feel more powerful to have you separated. Because one, you don't got all those opinions. People can criticize him, who can watch him. He wants you to feel alone. And then it doesn't mean he's gonna step up just because they're not there. He's gonna let you carry the load. He's gonna allow that load to be strictly on you and look on the sidelines and feel powerful because of it. That's what I'm saying. They getting off on this shit and it's fucked up.
Correct. And I also want to know, for the people who do believe that marriage is going to save the black community, what part of the marriage agreement, clause, vows talks about what they're going to do for the community? What are the tenets of this marriage that talk about the community? It was never about the community. It's a very selfish mindset from both parties when you talk about a marriage. My husband this, my wife that. I haven't heard anyone who's marriage minded, or that's already married, come up and talk about how it's benefiting the community. Talk about how it benefits themselves and their
Yeah,
little piece of the world. It's very selfish. So please
it's,
stop.
it, it's individualistic. That's what it is in the
Correct.
South. That's the whole point. You're separated from everybody, and it's about just y'all in that household. Well, it's interesting because when they say that's for the community, I'm like, do you think the community lives at your address? Like, do you think that's where the community is? Like, community is a lot more than that.
I like I said, well, no one said it, and there aren't any examples. But if you understand that what you're promoting is basically closing yourself off from the community, even from your own family, right? That's what it says, nuclear family. You're just closing yourself off from everyone else. That's showing me that you don't intend for this marriage to stretch beyond the husband, the wife, and the children. You don't. There's not even a plan for your parents in these marriages. No, it ain't a plan for the community. Please stop.
Yeah, and the thing I was saying earlier was you taking this person who's fucking toxic, who got all these issues, like they're struggling and they think, oh, marriage is the only solution. And there's no conversation about healing, no conversation about getting your mental health in order, no conversation around like doing some shadow work on yourself. None of that comes in as important. We don't give a fuck about in this setting we have fucking generational curses repeating themselves. None of that. No, just the marriage, just being a house together, and somehow that's supposed to fix everything. It's fucking crazy. That's not gonna fix anything. That's gonna cause more fucking problems.
Right, because it's two people who haven't worked on themselves together, and then they're just going to pass that on to their children, which, like you said, a cycle. But it's amazing because, like, when they speak, they're so dumbfounded. Well, what else are we supposed to do? I don't know. Maybe provide resources in the area that's not hard to obtain. My friend, she's gonna come on the live and speak with me. She's in Ohio, and she goes out to, like, to those community events where they talk on the podium and stuff. I forgot the exact name, but she's talking about how the states are cutting funding for daycare centers, which is, and I guess that leads into the point where you were saying they're trying to push women out the workforce again. But we already can't afford daycare, and then they're cutting the fundings for it. And of course, they're cutting funding for mental health, So all of the resources that we actually need are being taken away. So being married is not going to save that.
That's what I'm saying. In a lot of ways, marriage, the idea of marriage and come together allows capitalism and the effects of capitalism to kind of like go unaddressed, right? The when I was talking about the cost of living increasing, if you say, oh, you just need another person to help you with the bill, and you're not talking about like, well, then maybe the minimum wage is too low, maybe these jobs we need more fucking unions, that people are being exploited. That's not that conversation is not going to come up. The responsibility isn't going to be on the corporation or the company or whoever. It's going to be put on individual people. That's a distraction. That's a fucking distraction for injustice. But we not having that conversation because you like, oh, don't worry about it. You can't feed yourself, but that don't worry about that. Just go marry somebody. That's what to fix it all.
Trust me, the nuclear family is fueling the economy. Is fueling capitalism. Trust me.
I don't think they're smart enough to even connect the dots though, because they really be. I realize that they're not acting. They're really dumbfounded for real. So they don't understand because they can't connect the dots between poverty and crime that is not gender based. It doesn't matter the gender of the parent because we have single fathers who have children that are in the system, which is the stat that they like to throw out. That included single fathers as well. It included everyone who was raised, like, actually, it probably didn't include single fathers because it includes like children raised by grandparents, children in the foster system. It included those types. So it was pretty much adolescents who were not raised with their family. That's the stat that they love to quote.
Yeah, because I've had students who had a father in the home and they still were struggling in school.
They know people personally who have a father in home and they still struggling in school. They're still out doing crime. And I always said the father be out there doing it too. So like men will marry women with boys and they put those boys on the corner.
Yeah, that shit is sad. That's like when a dude came over here the other day talking about his mentorship program, and I was saying like I don't think he has one, but the way that they explain mentoring, it's like it's still a top down type of mentality because like they don't want to just rule over women, they want the children too. They want to feel like they got this mini kingdom in their house, like they in charge, and that's the goal of pushing marriage. The goal it ain't they don't give a fuck about the community. They want to go in the house and close the door and think about what's going on in their household. And it's selfish and it's fucked up. And I'm glad women aren't buying the bullshit because we can see in real time it ain't fucking worth it. It just it don't make no motherfucking sense that all the shit we know in the information age, we still saying this stupid shit. Like y'all romanticizing the past. Some shit that did not even fucking happen. This idea that we all lived on fucking 41st Street and everybody had a home and two parents and a boy and a girl and everybody, all the men left at a certain time and shit. That's some shit you saw in the movie. That shit didn't fucking happen. What are you talking about? And at the same time, uh, we got songs like Papa was a Rolling Stone. What the fuck is y'all talking about?
Somebody lying. Um, I was going to say too that the difference I believe too when it comes to both boys and girls being raised in these households and why the outcome is different is that misogyny. Misogyny. You guys were told from the time you grow up about all the things you're entitled to as men. That's what it is. It's that entitlement. And when you don't get it, you out here robbing and stealing to get it. Because you were told you wanted to get this certain level or what have you. There's no reason that you're 17 trying to be a millionaire pushing a G-Wagon. There's no reason. But there's the misogyny again of it. That the expectation is I'm supposed to be exorbitantly rich. No, you're not. Go to school and get a job. But that's part of it too. Women don't come in here with the idea that we need a yacht party at the age of 18. Please stop. Y'all got this idea from society, from being indoctrinated by media, by the old man who took you on the boat party and said, "You want a boat like this? This is what you need to do to get it." Whatever's going on, that's the desire that men don't want to accept. Everyone wants to be super rich with no effort at 16. Like, stop. So I think that's part of the issue too. We don't grow up with those ideations as little girls and young women. We don't.
You know what's interesting? Also, the men stopped talking about generational wealth too. Like I remember years ago, generational wealth used to come up all the time. But they don't never talk about that no more. Have y'all noticed that?
In the last, well, they were talking about it like last year heavy, but then yeah, I noticed that it stopped. Also, my friend who does the public speaking, you know how the men come up here and say that they're mentors. Guess how many men are out there um, speaking with her, next to her, or protesting, speaking up about the school systems, the money being taken. The men who come out there, if they do come, she said it's about four of them, and they would come with their wives.
Yeah, because the ones who could come on their own is the competition. There a lot. You don't have men who are like, oh, I'm gonna support this cause that a woman is leading. It's not gonna happen. Now, if they'll show up if you give him credit for it. If you put his name and say that he's doing something that, whether he did it or not, they'll show up then. But they're not. That's the thing. They're not gonna show up for that because then it becomes a competition thing. They'll fucking sabotage you. And I just think it's interesting because it's so many mentors online. It's so many fucking male mentors online. But when I was in school, the education system for 10 years, I can't think of a lot of men who had these organizations that like the kids had access to. I remember one distinctly. I remember this guy. He would come get the kids, and they would do meetings like once a week, once or twice a week, because like they get money for that, they get paid for it. But he also would come to the professional development meetings and talk about how much money he spent gambling at the casino too. Like that was a cash grab for him. He didn't give a fuck about them boys. And we had another dude. He wasn't associated with any organization, but he would go up to the Dollar Tree and get a bunch of those them stale ass cookies and shit, throw them in some crates, and then in the low income community, get boys who ain't had nothing to do after school, send them up to the stores to sell them to the people for what, $5 or whatever, and he kept most of the profit.
You know, I'm in the mental health field. The only men that show up to like community mental health meetings and things like that are cops because it looks good for their the optics looks good for them, right? But you don't see for men to really care about the community so much and they mentor and they would never get the education that's actually needed to quote unquote mentor because they're just waking up in the morning. Yeah, I'm gonna go mentor some boys, and all they're doing is teaching them the same misogynistic male supremacy stuff. So that's one thing. And two, they don't have any sociology or human service or psychology background. So what the hell are you doing? You could be re-traumatizing children. Um, and they never show up to any of the support. If you go to like meetings like NAMI or they're not there. Mostly people who are there are the women who volunteer, the women psychiatrists, the women psychologists, the LPCs. Those are the people who show up. And then if you have a man in the midst, he's going to center himself. It's going to become, and if he's black, God forbid he's black, he's going to center him being a black man around everything. Then we're going to have to talk about him. So they're not doing anything.
Yeah, so they got two messages. One, how to get your money up, or two, what you can do to get women. That's it. It's the same shit, and that like it makes them feel good to be the big brother. Like they fight for that position. They just want to come and say, "Oh, let me school you, young man. Let me tell you how they want to be an OG so fucking bad. That's so crazy."
Yeah, then there's plenty of roles when it comes to community outreach. You could be in charge of securing the location, sir. You could be in charge of spreading awareness on the date that it's meeting. You could get there an hour ahead with your supplies that you went to the store to buy. You can set up. You can supply the refreshments. You can hand out pamphlets as people come in. They're roles if you're about supporting the cause. But you don't want to support shit.
Yeah, I think that's interesting because they want to find a way to get paid from not being a nonprofit instead of finding established nonprofits and like find a way that they can support that's what's already established, and that's interesting.
Correct.
Like the reason why we go to your website and you got a fucking you got a photo picture of yourself and about me and that's it. Cause you trying to do some shit on your own, you don't know what the fuck you doing. And Sad, you're right. They don't get educated on like the developmental milestones of the kids. They going off of talking points instead of figure out what's actually going on. They ain't working on their own selves. So they the last motherfucker to be giving some advice. That nigga sat up here and said, he learning how to read with the kids. So what?
I know it's Tam's turn, but you know, for black men to care so much about police brutality and all of this, they should be pushing for their local police officers to get CRT training, which is crisis response team training, right? Because that will help trigger happy cops. I'll just put it that way. So they should have someone, they should be pushing for this intervention so that these police officers understand how to interact with people in mental health situations. Because the amount of people that's unalive that are actually in a mental health crisis is alarming. But I'll mute up.
Hey Tam.
Good morning, y'all. I was just thinking about, you're absolutely right, Tara. These men sit in these quote unquote mentor roles and they absolutely do nothing but regurgitate those talking points. I had to step down from 2 nonprofits here in the area that I'm at, and it goes back to your regional mindset, that live you were having the other day, and I didn't really think about it until y'all were talking about it. But I do career coaching, and I was supposed to speak to young, I think it was like freshman and sophomore collegiate, and then also seniors, right? And it was supposed to be boys specifically because of this name of this organization. It's a nationwide one. And they wanted to get my presentation, which is fine, my notes, all of that. And their feedback back to me, their red lines were, well, you're not talking about marriage. You're not talking about relationships. I said, I'm not going to talk about that because I'm career. Why the heck would I talk about that? You don't have anybody else to talk about that? So they wanted me to come and watch one of their sessions that they do because they were having multiple sessions. So I came and sat and watched, and another guy that was also talking about career, y'all, all he told them to do was go to trades, get your grades up, and make sure you graduate. But he spent majority of the time regurgitating red pill talking points. These women are only going to want you for your money. And this is I'm gonna just name the organization. 100 Men, right? Y'all know who that organization is. I was like, what in the world? So I ultimately told him I'm not going to do that one. And then the nonprofit I was working with was specifically towards young girls. And so I was like super happy. I was a co-chair of this one. We go to kind of brainstorm on our next event, and they want to talk about personal development, which is great, but what girls need to be preparing themselves for being wives. Now, mind you, this particular nonprofit targeted girls from the ages of 10 to 18. Why are we talking to young girls about preparing yourself to be a wife? And every time I gave pushback on that, it was an attitude. So I stepped down respectfully from that one as well. But I'm from Virginia, but with the state that I live in now is considered, I guess, the South. And their mindset here is so different. Like everything is tied back to marriage, kids. I can't tell you how many times I've heard from men down here, you don't have no kids. What you doing with your life? I don't know, living it? Like, what? It's crazy.
That's I believe you because like it's this thing where I think the men think of if you just say you're a mentor or you're a coach or something, it's this persona that comes with it, right? And not only are they talking bullshit, they don't know how to like give guidance, right? When you talk to children need something concrete. They need a template. They won't explain like some of the steps. They won't like share like how they can network. They won't help them come up with ideas of what they can do in the future, because a lot of them be thinking they just gonna be successful by default. That get them fucked up too. Like, kids need role models who can provide guidance and explain how things can be done. If you just go, if you have a child who's struggling in school and you need to do your work, you still won't have a child that's struggling in school. Like, you have to explain, like, okay, you need to sit down and figure out what they're working on, make sure you understand how to do it, and help them walk through it. Help them understand it. You can't just give the information and hope they figure it out, because in that case, they've done it on their own. You ain't did shit.
They weren't. It was so unorganized. At least the 100 Men one. It was so unorganized. They didn't have refreshments. They didn't have anything that really thought of the people that would be attending. They hadn't told people what the topics really were. You could tell the professional speakers were not really speakers. They were homeboys of homeboys of homeboys. It was a particular frat that you could tell they were really ingrained in here. Like, it was a mess. It was an entire mess. And I just think, I was like, y'all just want to call yourselves mentors just to say y'all have that. But y'all aren't helping these boys whatsoever. You are regurgitating red pill talking points, and it's insane. And yes, Dark Horse, I was asking them about their 501 or 503, I can't remember the nonprofit. I'm still working on that. So, yeah, I was asking them about that information because, you know, at the time I was going to start my own nonprofit, and I'm still working on that now. And girl, they didn't want to tell me Nathan. And I was like, is that because you're probably like not using the money properly? Like, you have an event, but there's no food. The event was at a high school gym. Like, it just wasn't professional. It wasn't professional at all. And I thought 100 Men, if y'all know that nonprofit, don't they have them dress in like suits?
Mm-hmm.
Girl, not a suit in sight. I asked them, I said, how do y'all help them with tailoring? Like, how do you, like, nothing.
But remember, Tam, if we're looking back at other movements that were led by men, those movements were actually orchestrated by women. Men were just the face. So now that women are not in those spaces helping them, it's trash.
And they're falling apart too, because you're not going to get your grant renewed.
Exactly.
So if you don't keep your money, if you don't keep the books right, you're not able to submit and show that you used all of it and you have a greater need for it next year. All of that actually requires some paperwork.
They
It
weren't.
requires forecasting. It requires a business model where you project what your needs are, how you use the funds this year, and how there's a greater need next year. You ain't got nothing. So eventually that grant ain't going to get renewed. And now it's going to be another name. You're going to start another business, put a different name on it, and you're going to try it again.
They would just lose that chapter because 100 Men is a nationwide one, and in other states, it's you know, I don't know if it's doing well, but yeah, they didn't want no help. They didn't want me to ask any questions. They wanted me to just double down as being a woman, double down on the talking points. And then one of them, he had an issue that I wasn't married and I didn't have kids. He brought that up every second he got. He's like, I just can't believe you're in your 30s and you're not married and you don't have kids. I don't know why you can't believe it, sir. Believe it.
That meeting would have went south real fast because he would have got told something. But
But he wants to make sure, Tam, that you can submit. So he has an idea in his head about a mother and a wife that she ain't gonna ask the husband questions. We can't have this. I told you, Salem witch trials. We can't have this loose woman out here who
Right.
follow the rules asking us questions. She got to go. But
And
that's
he
what
was-
it is.
Dark Horse, he was crazy. He was the only one out of all the other men on that board that would try to find me on LinkedIn, that tried to find me on Facebook. He tried to add me on those. I just rejected him every time. I was like, are you okay?
was he married, Tam?
No. He was a single dude. No, he was a single dude.
Listen, he was trying to get you marked up, trying to put the mark of the beast on you. Absolutely not. Don't do it.
No.
There was only one of them that was married on that board. I think he was like their treasurer. He was the only one that was married. So he had the money. Basically, he was in charge of the money.
If you
But
would, his wife was in charge of the money.
That's what
Probably.
his wife was in charge of.
But if
but
you
you know
would have
what's
came a
crazy about
different way,
that? No, go ahead, finish.
oh no, I was saying if she would have came a different way, you know how women used to do. Well, let me help you rewrite this. Let me
Mm-mm,
help you allocate this. If you would have came that way, girl, you would have been welcomed with open arms.
mm-mm.
But you were challenging them.
I was asking too many questions. That's what it was. I was talking to my best friend about it because she's in the personal finance world and she does engagements like this as well. And she was like, "You asked too many questions." I said, "But I'm an inquisitive person. Like, I was also trying to learn for myself because I wanted to start my own nonprofit. But I was also just curious to make sure I was aligned with what messaging they wanted because all speaking engagements aren't the best speaking engagements. Don't mean like you got booked that you have to do it, right?" So I was like, I'm just making sure it's worth my time. And I want to put, because if I'm going to record, I want to make sure it's aligned. But no, she was like, you was asking too many questions. She said they had to get you up out of there.
It's interesting what you say about the man feeling some type of way about you, like being single without children,
Yeah.
because they get offended by that.
He was
Like,
offended.
it's like you're not supposed to be able to go through life without a man catching you and breaking you down and tie you down with a child. Like, they go in hyper mode when they hear that shit. It's so interesting. This truth person look like a troll.
No, I'm not a troll.
Why you come up on your back up and say your main account though?
Yeah, I was gonna apologize for bringing them up. I didn't see they had no followers up there. I was gonna drop. My bad.
Is that not normal to have a follower? I'm a new person on TikTok. Is
I
that
don't.
weird?
No, it don't work like that.
What do you mean? I don't understand.
All right, go ahead.
I just saw your topic and
No,
came
go
in to
ahead.
talk about the topic.
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
You said marriage won't save the black community. Save it from what? What is the thing we're being saved?
What's your race, sir?
I am black.
I don't believe you.
You don't believe me to be black? Is that because I speak? Why am I not black? I don't understand. Why don't you believe this?
I'm not getting black vibes from you, sir.
Man, what is a
Anybody
Miss, what
who
is a
says
black
that they don't
woman?
understand that there's nothing to be done in the black community is not black.
I didn't. That's not what I. My question was, what
Make
are
a
we being?
point. Make a point then. Don't ask questions. Make a point.
I think sometimes it's better to listen than to speak. So I'm trying to ask you a question. I would like to know what we're being saved from before I can respond. I need to understand what I'm
You can
articulating.
drop if you're a black person who needs to know what the black community needs help with because you're being crazy disillusional right now. You just
I
want to
see.
argue. You just
So
want to argue.
you want me to just make blind points, not completely understanding what you guys are suggesting we need to be
Why do
saved
you want to be
from.
part of this conversation?
I was trying to comment on exactly what salvation will
I
we
didn't
be
make the
receiving
comment
from
then.
marriage.
All right, go ahead and make
I'm
the
sorry.
comment. Go ahead and make the comment.
Mm. Oh, that's okay, sister. Hey, God bless you guys. You guys have a great Sunday, okay?
People just want to argue.
Mm-hmm.
They just want to argue.
Now he already on his backup account.
Correct.
You don't start a new TikTok with 2 followers and he like, all right, go ahead and join the live, nigga. Shut up. Doesn't say anything.
Yeah, everybody here dumb.
Lord, y'all love an argument. That's another reason why women shouldn't be married to these niggas because y'all have a bad day at work or some shit going on with the side chick, and you want to take it out on that woman. Ain't no motherfucking way.
She ain't answering her phone.
No, y'all gotta have an argument all evening.
Oh, Tara, that's so funny because I seen I don't know if it was a meme or a video, and it was like a lot of times when like they were talking to children, it was like a lot of times when your dad had an attitude, it wasn't about you. He was going through it with his side piece.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Ooh.
It's crazy, man.
Miss Ann stressing him out. And also talking about that, we literally can sit here and laugh about our fathers having side pieces, and I know me and Dark Horse, we're elder gen Y, so elder millennials, right? So our parents were boomers or silent generation, which is the 2-parent households. But we knew about we knew about our grandfather having kids around the corner. We knew about Miss Ann, our dad's side piece. We made jokes about your grandmother's middle child being the milkman's baby, but the nuclear family was something that was good for the black community.
Yeah, correct. And the reason why 3 of grandma's 9 children ain't granddad's is because granddad won't dare. He was around the corner with the side chick. He took his check over there sometimes too. And grandma was like, I got 90, I got 60 y'all. Somebody got to come over here. Grandma ain't had no bank account. She had to make a way. So guess what? She got somebody else around there. What y'all think?
Or like my grandma was forced to raise my granddaddy's outside kids.
That's, that's normal. That's normal male behavior, though. Men don't see that as a problem. Yeah, we still need a nuclear family because it was at the detriment of women. So, and married men are the happiest. So of course they're gonna fight for that. They don't know how to live alone. Like they be like, oh, black women have the most evictions because we have the most lease agreements. When I pointed that out, this man wanted to call me a YT man's bed W, right? And I was like, it's better than being a black man's air mattress queen because y'all ain't got shit.
Yeah, and Valencia granddads ain't pay the bills at both houses. Both of my grandmas sold dinners out the house. They were cooking. They were finding other under the table cash only ways to make money or what have you. It wasn't like that, not like you think. The men had habits. Why you think they was trying to get granddad on Friday before he blew it all
Yep.
and get that money? It wasn't always like that, trust me. Because he can't have a side chick with no money. So it's not like he gave his whole check to grandma and then went to the side chick with what? He had no money. So no. He's taking that money out of the household.
And then again, we laugh about granddad having a drinking problem. Like you said, where's that money coming from? Grandma had to supplement that. We laugh about him having a gambling problem. We laugh about him being an angry drunk. Who do you think he was hitting?
I just want to say, y'all just read my granddaddy for filth. And that fool been unalive since I was 7. Y'all just read his whole life. My grandma would be like, do they know me? Like, when I tell you, that is everything. Everything. Alcoholic, gambling, abusive. My grandma working the farm, working her job at the church, selling plates. Yeah. Raising his illegitimate kids who are not my
Plate selling things, I'm trying to tell you, my girl, both on both sides. My mom
Listen.
and my dad's mom was selling plates and cooking and doing stuff. We've been hustling since day one.
Hello? I tell people the day I didn't realize it, my grandma didn't cry not once at my granddaddy's funeral. I didn't really realize it until I was asking questions when I became like 17, 18. And she was like, I was ready to go home. Like, she gave 0. To this day, you ask her about anything about him, she gives 0 F's.
How old was she when she married him?
She was 14 when she married him. And
Oh my goodness.
something years old.
That poor
It was an
baby.
arranged. Yeah, it was an arranged marriage, and she'll tell you. She's like, that was not the man that I wanted, and she'll tell us like, look at him. Like,
How old was he, Tim? I missed it. How old was he?
20. I want to say he was 27, 28. I remember he was just shy of 30.
Yeah, but that's okay in men's eyes. That's why they're like,
Yeah.
I don't see nothing wrong with this. Of course you don't.
Yeah, he got the farm from his family, and then basically needed to get married and have kids to basically find workers for that farm. So that became my grandma and my aunts and uncles.
Oh, fair.
What's up, Carlton?
Oh, what's up? How y'all doing?
We good. Happy Sunday. You want to go ahead and address the prompt?
The marriages won't save the black community. It will save it. It'll better it though. It will definitely better it.
Tell us how.
Oh, okay. Marriage, when children are born within wedlock, they're less likely to experience poverty, substance abuse, and they're usually in better communities, go to better school districts, and they're more likely to go to college as well.
No, my bad. Go ahead and land first.
Yeah, well, let's see what else. No, two-parent household. Yeah, yeah. Oh, and they're more likely to get married as well. The children are more likely to get married if there's raised by parents that were married. So yeah,
No,
I like.
That's not a positive.
Yeah, no,
Because
I can look at. I can show you stats. I got you if you need them.
don't nobody give a fuck about them numbers. Whatever you made up, you made that
So
shit.
I
No,
know I
no,
can show you stats. That's a fact. They are less likely for substance abuse.
sir. So hold up. Why is substance abuse a problem in the first place?
What you mean?
Why is substance abuse a problem in the first place?
Oh no, I was just showing. I was just throwing up
No, no, no,
stats.
no,
It's
no.
less
I'm
likely.
asking you a question.
I don't have a
Why is
family. I
sub-
don't know. I don't have a family. You can ask me like I don't have a family. I'm just saying if my friend right now asks me, hey,
no,
should I marry
no,
her
no,
before
no,
I have
no,
children with her?
no, no. This is the problem.
What's the
You want to
problem?
talk about all these fucking numbers and shit, right? Stats,
Right.
whatever. You
Uh,
don't even know why substance abuse is a problem in the first place. Do you? How many people who are in marriages have substance abuse problems?
I don't know.
You
Do
don't
you know?
know.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you
No,
know?
no, no. You don't know.
Right. Do you know?
I know that you don't know, sir.
So we don't know.
No, I'm sure that you came up here thought you was prepared to have a conversation. You ain't got the information for
I
it.
do. I do.
No, no,
I
no, no, no,
the
no.
things
You don't
I
know.
said I don't.
No, you don't, sir. You don't know. You don't even know what a control group is, and you about to tell us how it reduces substance abuse?
Yes, it
Really?
does. Marriage, children that come from married households, they're less likely to be experiencing substance, and they're
What's the
likely to be
all right? What
impoverished.
was the conclusion? Why was the less likely in the married type household, sir?
Poverty. I think poverty.
So okay. So marriage wasn't a problem. Poverty was.
But they're hand in hand.
No, 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 no,
Substance abuse and poverty go hand in
sir,
hand.
sir,
People that's
sir.
impoverished. Okay.
No, 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 no. There are married couples that live in poverty, sir.
Yeah, they're less likely though. They're less likely to live in poverty. That's what I'm saying.
So it's not that we need more marriages. We need more income equality.
No,
What?
that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if you're having a child with a
No, no,
woman and
no,
y'all
no. You saying poverty. What I'm saying is, all right,
you're
if that's the
running.
case, no, no, no. If that's the case, black people need to stop having so many children, stop
Mhm,
having children, open businesses, create jobs, right?
mhm,
Make sure we have a stable environment for the children that's already here.
mhm.
Correct?
Post,
Correct?
may I ask you a question? Do
No, no,
employ
no, 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 no. Before
I
you
can ask
ask
you a
me a
question?
question, no, no, no. Let
Okay,
me
I answer and then I ask. So what you want me to answer?
you talking, you're not listening.
I'm listening. What's the question, ma'am? I'm being respectful. Thanks for having me up. What's the question? Hello?
Somebody else to talk to him. I can't deal
No,
with
no,
y'all.
I'm trying to be
No,
mature. I'm serious. If I have a
no. You're not quick to cut me off, and then you want me to repeat myself. The
my
fuck?
bad, I didn't hear you. I was being
No,
rude.
that's
I'm
your
sorry.
fault. Yeah, and that's the mistake you made. Deal with the
Okay.
fucking consequences.
Okay.
Yeah, so if we all know that it's about income, that goes back to capitalism and it goes back to we don't make enough. So
No,
telling people we don't make enough.
I disagree.
We don't make enough.
You don't make
And
enough.
we don't make enough.
We
So
do make enough.
what's wrong with you?
Nothing's wrong with me. You're throwing out generalizations to something.
I'm
Like,
still
no.
talking. That's why I said, what's wrong with you? Are you okay?
Okay, I can't wait to reply. Go for it.
Like I said, we don't make enough. So
Hmm.
when you are together, now it's two incomes, and
Hmm.
that's the driving force.
Hmm.
So if we're forced to link up, not because we like someone, but because we need someone,
Hmm.
then that's a problem. And that's from capitalism because they're forcing us to link up so we have enough resources. And they know that. It's not about the marriage part,
Hmm.
it's only about the income. So if you understand that poverty is the reason people are linking up, then you understand that it's not that the marriage part is better. It's literally coming down to the dollar. That's it, period.
Okay. Can I go? Or can I reply?
Real quick, I wanted to
Okay.
know, which study are you looking at where the black dollar or the average income or household income for black people shows that we are making enough to sustain in this economy? What study are you getting that from? Because earlier you said you have all the studies. I like to read. So what studies are those? So I can look.
Okay, yeah, I'll definitely show marriage. They're less
Oh,
likely to be impoverished. Yeah, I can do
Give
that
it to
for you.
me now. Give it to me
All right,
now. So as you're
I
talking, I can go ahead and
got you.
look it up.
All right, I got you. One second.
Also, we have to remember that there's a multitude of things that happen. It also comes down to resources. YT people are on SMUGs too, but they can afford rehab for their children. YT people children have mental health issues, but they can afford hospitalization. They have access to it. So there's many factors that go into what's going on with the black community. A lot of it has to do with lack of resources.
And I want to make sure the study he's getting. I want to see where he said
Hello.
that the average black household
It's
income
my
is
bad. It's
sustainable
U.S.
in
My
this
bad.
economy.
Yeah, it's U.S. Census 2023. U.S. Bureau Census
Sir,
Bureau 2023. Yeah.
Sir, that's
Lord.
that's the website. What's the name of the actual study? What's the table? What's the? I need all that.
He looking up random shit. Like this what I'm saying. He said I got the study. And
He
he
said
said
that.
Just give me a second. Don't be attacking me. Jeez, it's
I
for
mean,
you
he
against. It's for you
confidently
against
said
one.
it.
I'm about to put
No,
it in the chat. I'm gonna copy it and put it in chat. I got you. It's easy work.
well, you can just tell her the name of it, she can pull up herself.
you could just look it
The
up.
links in the chat aren't clickable, sir.
Yeah, if you could just read off the table, all of that, then I could just. While y'all are talking, I can just go look. Alrighty.
Yeah. And I'm actually not arguing the point because it makes sense. It's two incomes, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So it
But
does.
it's US Census.gov. It's census.gov, and then it'll go to you gotta go to tab and type in marriage and stuff like that. Seriously. I can't
What?
talk while I'm on. No,
Sir, get the fuck out of here.
Never.
no,
Converting stuff
I'm
like
being
that is
honest.
crazy.
Been
No,
fired.
It's called
no.
census.gov.
You don't know how to do.
Census.gov.
No. Stop
I
saying
can
you got numbers, sir.
I
You
do have
say go.
numbers.
Sir, first of all, people know how to search within a site. You say go type merge and stuff like that.
There's a title to the table that you're looking at. What is the title? You would fail my class immediately.
He's not looking at the table. Um, like I said, I'm not arguing. I'm arguing that people need a livable wage, and they shouldn't be forced to be with someone else so there can be two incomes in the house. That means that we don't get paid enough if you have to partner up with someone else to succeed in this world. That's not the way that it has to be. All of us should be able to live and eat, have a home, and have the resources that we need as an individual. You can't have people who aren't making enough and can't do it on their own partnering
Mm,
up and saying they're partnering up because they want to be married. No, they're partnering up to survive. That's survival mode.
mm. What about the people that's not dating in survival mode? I'm not dating survival mode. I don't need help. My parents didn't need help.
Y'all always the supreme niggas. Like, I don't know how we always get and you know what? Like, men succeeding in patriarchy, that's what you're supposed to do. The winner is
Mm.
already chosen. So
So
you conforming to a
mm.
system that was made for you, that's not really a flex.
Okay, is nurses, do they need to date for survival, or
I'm
nurses who
not
need it?
arguing the point I didn't make.
So I'm asking the question now. Do they date for survival?
I'll be right back. Let me look up. There's some new studies that came out about nurses divorcing. I'll be right back.
Yeah, but I still don't. Okay, got it.
So you saying more women need to be nurses so they ain't gotta get married?
No, you're saying that people are dating for survival because they don't have
No.
enough.
More women need to go to nursing so they can not have to be married.
I never said that.
Yeah, the
No,
nurses
no,
are
no.
divorcing at a
That's
higher
what I
rate.
heard.
I heard
Where
Yeah,
that
did
the
the,
the
nurses are
nurses come
divorcing.
from? Where did the
No,
nurses come
he
from?
said nurses don't need another person. So if you
no, I
want,
didn't say that. She
if
said
you want
people
to,
dating for
no.
survival.
You listen. You can
Oh
become a
my.
nurse and live a life of freedom. You ain't gotta be tied down with a man.
Yeah, exactly. I know that. We know that.
Wait, maybe I missed a chat. How the hell did he throw nurses in it?
No, she was saying people are dating because for survival, and I was like, well, not necessarily. She said black. I think she was saying black people don't have the means to survive, so that's why they end up being together. And I said, well, I know a lot
Not
of black
blacks. I said
nurses.
poor. I said poor.
Okay,
Poor
okay,
What
people,
the
poor
fuck
people.
she said?
My bad. Poor people.
which is
Uh,
us.
poor. Okay,
We're all poor.
who's all poor?
There's
You're,
only two.
you're not in the
Literally,
1%. If
our
you don't
current
own resources, you're
administration,
poor.
right? Our current
What is?
administration is ensuring that there's only two classes. You are either the 1% or you are the impoverished. You are part of
Okay,
the impoverished.
ask me a couple questions and determine if I'm impoverished. Then how
You
about
are
that? How am
impoverished.
I impoverished?
You are not part of the
You're
one
not.
percent.
Tell me how I'm not then.
You are not part of the 1%.
Okay, how am I impoverished
You
though?
are, because the 1% is not on TikTok at 8 a.m. debating a marriage topic. They're not doing that on a Sunday.
You don't
You
know that
are
actually.
not part of the
You literally
1%.
just made that up.
No, boy, you are not part of the 1%. I know you
Okay,
probably
tell me what impoverished
aspire to
is.
be. You
All
aspire to
right,
be
tell me what
part
the
of the
1% is.
1%,
You said they don't own nothing.
but
What is the 1%? Tell
you're
me
not a millionaire. You're
okay,
not a
how am I
billionaire.
impoverished? Okay,
You're.
how am I
We
impoverished? So if
just
I'm not,
told you. We
oh, so
just
if I'm
told
not a
you.
millionaire, I'm impoverished. So if I had $200,000, I'm impoverished.
Yes.
Okay, we just disagree. I don't feel like it's impoverished, but okay, got it.
I just don't understand why we're not using logic.
No,
It's
I was
like you
trying to
don't.
just find
Can
out
you
what your
shut
middle
up
ground
so I
was.
can finish what I'm saying?
Okay.
Damn, what we do know about you is you don't know how to follow directions.
It's easy when it's four of you guys up here.
I hate disobedient men.
Disobedient.
Fall in line. I don't understand why people on this godforsaken app don't understand that there are two classes according to this administration, according to this United States of America. The middle class is not a thing anymore, and they are ensuring that it is not a thing anymore.
That's an opinion.
Why are you talking? Go on mute.
You want attention.
Damn. I don't know why you sit up here and want to fight the reality that there is going to be two classes, the 1% and the rest of us are impoverished. It doesn't matter what you range in. You could be making 10K a year, all the way up to 250K a year, even all the way up to 800K a year. If you are not making plus 850K a year, you are considered impoverished.
Okay. May I ask you a question?
This may be a reality check for some of y'all. This may be an ego gut check for some of y'all, because you were told that if you hit this certain level of 100K years ago that you were going to make it. But this administration is not allowing that to happen. Wake up.
May I ask you a question?
I don't want you to
Tam?
ask me any questions, because I don't answer questions from men unless you're
Okay.
paying me. Are
Okay,
you
that's
going to
crazy.
pay me?
No, I'm asking somebody
Then
else.
don't talk to me.
I'm not gonna talk to you. I'll make a statement. Hey, if you're a doctor making 250K, you're not impoverished. Okay, don't let this lady like contaminate your mind. All right, that's
You
crazy.
are, but okay, you can believe what you want. They
She
would
said
tell
if
you
you're not
that
making,
they
if she's
are.
not making, if you're not making
They would
800,
tell you that they are because of how much money they are in debt. You must
yeah,
not know any actual doctors. Good luck.
That's what I
okay.
was
They
gonna
they
say.
make their year, they make their debt within a year. I know a couple doctors, bro. Lawyers, they'll be fine. They'll be fine, just like they've been fine. Don't let that. No, you're not impoverished. You make $250,000 a year.
You think they paying off their debt in a year?
They could. I know a couple people that are I know I'm not impoverished. That's all I know is I'm fine.
These doctors must live in vans and eat oodles and noodles. So how do
Can
you
I
think they
can I
live
turn my
for a
camera on? I can
year?
show you I'm not impoverished. Talk about poverty. Like everybody not broke, okay? What you talk about? Stop projecting.
Well,
We
no,
also
they need people like you, sir, to keep the lie going while they continue to own all of the resources. You don't own
Have you
resources.
traveled? Yes, I do.
Resource. You don't
What is
own
okay? What do you?
resources.
All right. What is a resource?
You don't own oil. You don't own
Okay.
forests for trees. You don't own countries. You don't own that. That's what I'm
So
telling you.
if
You're
you don't
just
own
a
a country, you're
cog in the
poor.
wheel. You're a cog in the wheel. So I'm explaining to you that if you can't make world decisions, you're not in that 1%. World decisions. We're
Okay.
not talking about you deciding what car you buy, but
Hmm.
there are people who are programmed who believe, ah, I got a chance to buy the car of my dreams. I've made it. You haven't made shit. You didn't
Okay.
make the parts that made the car.
Oh well,
The
if you're
people
talking
who
that,
own the
then yeah.
dealership are not in the 1%.
What about the 10%? Right in the
The people
ten
who own
percent.
the factories are not in the 1%. The people who supply the raw materials for that, that's the 1%. What is wrong with you?
Okay, I'm gonna look it up and I'm gonna show you a stat what the 1% actually is for USD. We can easily do this.
We also have to look at the fact that when we talk about careers as doctors, that that's not necessarily a beneficial career for Black people, and not beneficial. I'm using the wrong word, but it comes from a place of, well, I'll just say this. If you're going to school to be a doctor, most likely you have to come from money. Black people don't have the luxury to do free internships.
Then why
Black
we have
people
black
don't have the
doctors?
luxury of doing black people don't have the luxury of the residency. So for a lot of us, we're closed out of that.
No 5 black doctors. That's in
Sir,
my age group. Can
sir,
I show? Can
okay.
we do a screen share? I can show you
No,
them
nobody wants
actually.
to see your screen share. And I'm not speaking in absolutes, I'm
Okay,
speaking in general. So for black people, it's unrealistic for a lot of us to do unpaid internships.
but you can become a doctor as a black person though.
Speak for yourself, Sagittarius. I want to see that bank account. I need to see pay stubs that show 850K annually,
I never
because
said
that'll
I'd make
make you
that.
the 1%.
I never
Well,
said
then
that.
shut up. Then shut up, impoverished man.
That don't make you 1%. Stupid. Look how much it. They're retarded, bro. Are we talking about worldwide? You don't need 800,000 to be 1% worldwide.
I said the
You
administration in the
can't say
United
that
States,
word.
if you used, why is, I don't understand why they don't listen.
No, he got all the answers and the stats in his folder.
I said 3 times the United States. In the United States, if you aren't making 850K annually, you are not the 1%.
He said that. He said he was the 1%.
Yes.
Hold on, what?
Yes, because in his mind, like most black men, unfortunately, the 1% is, oh, I'm making at least 100K a year. That's not it, babes. That's not it. They're not
Is the
talking
new
about you.
40K, just like they say your bachelor's degree is the new
Right.
a high school diploma. It doesn't mean shit in this economy. I'm sorry. 100K is not enough. I am telling you, firsthand experience, it's not enough.
It's not. They are not talking about you. When this administration or any politician is talking about the 1% and pouring money into them, they're not talking about you. You could even see that from the tax breaks. They're not talking to you.
This dude who's saying he makes 16K a month. You're not even 10%. What are you?
You're not even
Y'all are
1%
delusional.
either. Are y'all okay?
No. I'm gonna even say this. Like, you're not even 10%. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can tell y'all niggas is delusional.
I don't think they realize how many people are in the United States, and I don't think they realize like how many people are actually making money and what those people actually do. To Dark Horse's point, we're not talking about you being able to buy your Mercedes AMG. We're talking about the people who actually built all those parts, who actually own the businesses that sell those parts. None of y'all in this room, none of us are of that 1%. Are y'all okay?
The way that black men come online and act like they're so rich is kind of fascinating because it's like, do you know we can see you?
And this is why this is why the right is infiltrating our black men's mindset so hard, because they have convinced themselves that they are part of that 1%. They have convinced themselves that just because they hit 60K or 100K a year, that yes, I made it, that's it. No, sir, you are still considered impoverished. I'm so sorry to break it to you. I know this is something that they drill down on us, especially if you are Gen X or millennial. They told us, you go to school, you do this, you follow all the rules. And unfortunately, they lied. They lied.
If a yacht comes into my port or my city, and that yacht is a $10 million yacht, that's a toy. The yacht is 10 million to purchase. It's a toy. We haven't talked about gas in it, maintenance, staff, food. That's a toy. Y'all don't understand the level of money you have to have that your toy costs 10 mil to purchase and then costs another 1 mil to run every month to keep everybody staffed and keep it cruising around the world. It's not the same money. You just rented a boat on Saturday for 3 hours with your friends and y'all all split the cost and bought a couple bottles. It's not the same thing. I wish people would stop that. It's not the same. People have a jet and they don't need to take that jet somewhere every day, but they just bought it and it's sitting somewhere, and that costs for it to sit there. And it costs to have a pilot when they need to just pick that motherfucker up and go when it's been sitting for 2 weeks, but now they want to fly somewhere. Y'all don't understand. It's different money. It's totally different money.
No,
And
this
it's based
dude
off
say
of
he. Hold
state.
on, the dude say he the top 5% and he got Bentley.
It's also based off your state. If you are living in Mississippi, living in Alabama, living in Louisiana, living in Missouri, living in all these truly impoverished states where other blue states are having to bail y'all out at the end of every year with your bills, and you think just because you're making 100K in that state that you ball and you having a ball, baby, you are broke outside of that state. Broke.
I used
You
to
ain't got it.
May
Why are
I
you
hold
input
cutting
on.
something
me
to that one
off?
percent?
Why are you cutting me off?
Okay.
You already
Mm.
called me a slur. You can unalive at this point. Stop talking to me.
I wasn't talking to you, but I'll wait my turn.
Stop cutting people off. We are not talking to you right now.
Can we let more opposition join?
Why you want a circle jerk?
No.
You must be backed up.
Yeah, I'm backed up. Yeah.
He got
Anyways, can we
one
let
in the
more?
other day. That's what he's looking
You
for.
want to go ahead and phone a friend?
What about 1% per age though?
Hold on, Carlton.
Yeah.
When I used to work for flight planning, and we used to plan private jet flights, it takes about, well, this was like 2014. It took about $30,000 to just fill up a jet, and depending on where you're going, you're gonna have to do that more than once. So yeah, and
How you can't create jobs in your community, but you can hire people to fly your jet?
right. And most men are truck drivers and chefs or line cooks. So I don't know I don't know where we get all these rich black men from.
They don't delusional, and it's interesting because like a lot of people don't understand just how wide that gap is, right? Because like when you hear about these people having billions of dollars, like y'all know y'all can't, you can't count to 1 billion in your lifetime. Like you literally cannot do it. You wouldn't be able to do it. And y'all don't understand how large that number is. And you think, oh, I'm just on my way. It's not happening for you, bruh.
I just want to tell Chillscape, I don't give a F what you
Who's
say.
that?
It's that weirdo in the comments. Sir, you took this picture off of a microwave. You took this from a microwave or a Game Boy Color. Not even a cell phone. Please don't talk to me. Don't talk to
Is
me.
this a 5% dude?
No, I don't know which one this is, but this one said that I'm a mean to men. Yes, I don't really give a fuck about your feelings. There's that.
If you can you hear me now? If you're under 30 and you make over 200,000, you are 1% in that category. We should add age into this equation.
So hold
No,
on, you want to narrow the category just so you can fit in it.
not him running
No,
back and
but
trying to find.
no, no, because I did look it up. You're right,
Just
800,000.
said let's do age, height, weight. Let's do that. And niggas who wear red hats, like shut up.
Instead of him admitting the fact that yes, we were correct, you are not considered the 1%. He wants to go back and find a category that he feels like he can fit into. Like
Yeah,
this is pure comedy in real life. I can't.
we
Yeah,
all
I'm
would get
five.
close to
I'm
that. If you
5'10". I'm in the 1% of height for women. We all got a 1% we can fit in, sir. Please stop.
So we're not going to add that in. If you are a man making over 200,000, under 30, you are 1%. So technically, you are rare. You are a rarity in this. And by the way, most of that income, that yearly income, is for people that's like, because I looked it up, like 80, 90 with compound interest. If you've been investing all your life, yeah, your income will go up like $300,000 a year just because of compound interest. But you can't use it because you're old. That you're really old.
Carlton, this is a weird way for you to kind of try to get us to ask you how much you make. We're not
I'm
gonna
scared. No,
ask.
I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not gonna tell you.
We
I'm
are
not gonna tell you.
not
I don't make a lot of
gonna
money. I work at Bojangles. It doesn't matter. But
I like y'all drumsticks though.
no,
Give
I
me that
never said I
super
make two.
recipe.
I don't make 200,000. Tiffany, I don't make 200,000 here. I'm gonna top 10% though. Don't talk about if you don't get it. I do get it. Charlton, stop the 1%. They don't get it. No, I appreciate it.
Do
They
you
don't get it.
hear how the percentage he moved? He's moving. This is comedy to me.
No, you
This
must
is
account for that
comedy to
though.
me.
You
This
gotta
is
have.
comedy for me because he was arguing me down, talking about something. I didn't know what I was talking about. No, I am part of the 1%. just for you to go Google and get that
You
realization
you are.
smacked across the forehead that you are not part of that 1%.
I am actually.
You are not.
Yes, you are. I mean, yes, I am. My bad. Yes, I am. If you
Sound
type in your
dumb.
it's 1% is rarity. You type in your age, everything. It accounts for the
No, it
likelihood.
does not. In
Okay,
this,
whatever. All right, you got
like
it.
I said, in the
Can you go
United
back to the
States,
prompt?
like I said, in the United States, in this administration, because I said that 4 times earlier, you are not considered the 1%.
Okay. Without
Cope.
account for age, yeah.
Go
Got it.
cope. Go
Yeah.
cope.
Not account for age, yes. Anyways, can we get back to the prompt though? Are any of you girls married?
I'm over it, y'all. I'm over it. I can't. It's been no. I can't. It's been no. We'll come back later or something. That nigga just saying stupid shit. The topic was made. Y'all gotta come early in the live. Lord, send that nigga a fucking universe, Mr. 5%. But the thing is, what man, fuck it. I'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it later. I can't deal with it. I can't deal with this bullshit. Just know that marriage ain't gonna save the black community. And this motherfucker he care more that y'all know how much he make than the community anyway. He didn't say shit about being community minded at all. But you want to get to the topic. All right, sir. You want to be the 1% on top of the community so bad, but you want to get back to the topic. You ain't community minded either. I'll be back later, y'all. I need a break.